we've got a new tax bill coming, right? And I think the tax bill can't come soon enough, right? Because I talked to my wife about this. She's on this Facebook group called Buy Nothing. I don't know if you've heard of that before. And once in a while, we'll put things on there that we just don't need, that we don't necessarily want to sell. We just want to, somebody else can have it essentially.
Yeah.
And she said that group is more active than it's ever been. And I think this goes back to the statement that Besant made, right? And he said, we've never had more Americans basically buying Ferraris and doing well than we've ever had, but we've also never had more Americans going on food stamps than we've ever had at this exact time. And it's such a weird environment where you have both of those things happening simultaneously. And that's what's really sad. I mean, you see this where, you go to the grocery store. We were talking about this off air, right? And you look at the prices to buy meat, to buy groceries, to buy healthy food. It's unbelievable what you can spend even at Walmart nowadays. I went to Walmart the other day to get some groceries for our party that we had for baby Jack, and I was $250 out the door for at Walmart,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this and I'm going, how does a middle class family sustain this long term? And I think you're definitely starting to see some weakness there. If you're boots on the ground, you've seen this. But at the same time, you've got the top 10% of Americans that are still doing 50% or more of the spending, and that has been enough to keep this going. So I think that I go back to the tax cuts, and I say President Trump has floated the idea that anybody making under 150 grand a year pays zero tax. That would be the biggest round of stimulus this country has ever seen. And it's not unthinkable. Now, is it going to be 150 grand? Probably not. They're going to
No.
negotiate it. They're going to have to talk about it. But I think the next tax bill that's coming is going to be very, very favorable, especially for middle class. The reason I think that is because if the Democrats don't agree to that tax plan, they're going to be the people who said no to helping middle class families, and then they're going to have to go face the midterm elections. And there's absolutely no way they're not going to agree to this. And it's just like what happened to President Obama at the time, where he was forced into a better tax bill from a conservative standpoint than he really would have wanted otherwise. He wanted these aggressive tax hikes and all the rest of it. He wasn't able to get it done. So the best possible thing that can happen now, going into midterms and going into 2026 when that new tax bill comes out, is we give some relief to low and middle class families.